Hi everyone, welcome back to JPWHU TV. My name is John, your host as always, and I hope you're doing well as I always do. This is the live reaction to the West Ham summer transfer window roundup. As always, guys, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase some really nice retro shirts, guys, as you can see from the icon that's up here, along with Admiral and Umbro, Clout and Blue, track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts, so go check those out. Any purchases made through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, I'll be sending directly on to Iron Supporting Food Banks, the charity within the Newham area that is now that is helping those within the Newham area that are reliant on food banks. So go check yourself out with a really nice retro shirt, guys, and you'll be going to help those that are less fortunate than you and I. So nobody's live with us at the moment, unfortunately, despite all my advertising, as it always is, especially when a transfer deadline day, which, to be honest with you guys, for those that are watching it that are watching it on the replay, because nobody's watching at the minute, it wasn't exactly a fully expected surge of transfers. We knew that. We all knew that. I've been saying for weeks and months that the club is skint. We weren't exactly going to be seeing a lot of deals being done. So, but let's crack on anyway. Hopefully someone's going to join in. So to start with, obviously we'll start with the outs first and foremost. Now, obviously there was quite a few released players. Joshua Okochoa, I think you pronounced that. Alfie Lewis, Samuel Kaga, Akinola, and Sean Ardikawa, all from the academy. It was a shame to see Akinola being released. I was looking forward to seeing what he'd be able to do in the summer in the coming seasons, but we're never going to get to see that, unfortunately. Same thing with Alfie Lewis as well, for that matter. Obviously Fabian Balbuena was released as well. So we basically got rid of 5 kids on a free, and Fabian Balbuena was released and obviously ended up going where he went. Then, of course, we loaned out Felipe Anderson to Lazio for £2.7 million fee that we got in from it, from what I understand. We also loaned out Joseph Anang to Stevenage on loan for the season. Frederick Alves on loan to Sunderland. That was confirmed over the last day or so. Connor Coventry was loaned out to Peterborough as well, for that matter. Omari, welcome, mate. Hope you're all right. Mipo Odebeko was signed a new contract. Looks like a year extension, if I remember correctly. He's signed until the summer of 2023, and has gone out on loan to Huddersfield, which was also confirmed today. So we've got a doubling up of chat here for a second. Let me just get rid of that. There we go. That's better. Okay. Also, it looks like there's the possibility. Nothing's been confirmed as yet. Hello, John. Hope you're keeping all right, mate. I'm all right. As nothing's been confirmed as yet, but there was a very good chance that just before going live, that Zande Silva would be going over to Nottingham Forest on loan at the team in the Championship. Now, I take an issue with Coventry going on loan to Peterborough. I really do. Reason being is because him going to Peterborough sums up the fact that we're never going to see him. It's a real shame. I can understand why he was loaned out to Peterborough, especially with the incomings, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But for Alves and Coventry to be going to basically League One teams, it's not good. It's not good for their futures, unfortunately. However, Odebeku going on loan to Huddersfield is a very positive move for the kid. Really is. Because, as I say, because he signed a new contract extension before going out on loan, so therefore, things were all good from that side of things. And Zande Silva possibly going to Nottingham Forest is a very good sign as well. Just seeing that one of the players that we were linked with, Solomon Rondon, is signed to Everton on a free transfer. Very good piece of business for them. But Rondon's always linked to us every single transfer window. It's been ridiculous. But what I've got to say, 4 years of doing these videos, these talking about incomings, including the managers and the players, every single one I've talked about has been confirmed. 100% record. Just saying. But guys, for those that are watching, let me know your thoughts on these outgoings. I appreciate that the 2 people in the chat aren't West Ham supporters, but Jonathan, this is a transfer window roundup. We're not talking about we're not talking about the league. You guys know the rules. You know the rules. Right. So the ends. We signed Pierre Ekuwela Elimbi from Chelsea on an for an undisclosed fee. I think it was about 500,000, if I remember correctly. They're junior. Thierry Nevers coming in from Reading, again an undisclosed fee, which was probably around about the same sort of thing. We've automatically triggered the signing of Craig Dawson from West Brom of just over £2 million. We brought in Alphonse Areola on loan from PSG for the season. Hopefully, he gets some really decent game time with us. We've also brought in just on over the weekend, just gone. Kurt Zouma, €30 million. Don't know why it's reported in euros. Obviously, because it was based in France at the time. From Kurt Zouma, £25.5 million from Chelsea. Very, very happy with that signing. Very happy with Areola as well, for that matter. I did say in the video about Zouma that when he comes in, is he going to be playing? Is he going to force Craig Dawson to the number 3 or number 4 role in the centre back pairing? Dawson's performances since the start of the season, I'd have to say yes. To be honest with you, I really would have to say yes. He's been a bit of a liability, has Dawson, but he's a good player. But he's back up. Always has been for me, as far as I'm concerned, and he always will be. Jonathan says, I think Kurt Zouma will do okay for West Ham. I think he'll do more than okay, mate. I really genuinely do. It was also confirmed today that that Nikola Vlasic has signed from CSKA Moscow on a 5-year deal worth 37 million euros. I think it is, because it's working out to be 33.5 million pounds. It's around about that value. So again, a very, very good player. Very, very happy with him coming in. As I said in the video that went up yesterday, when it broke that he was practically about to sign, that he will do us a job. He really, really will. He's got a very, very good track record. He can play in midfield. He can play in the wing positions. He can play as a centre forward. He can play as a second striker. He can play in defence. He can centre midfield as well, left and right. He can go all over the place. Now, and also, as we all saw earlier, within the last couple of hours, Alex Kral was confirmed to come in on loan from Spartak Moscow with an option to buy. It looks around about 13 million euros. Now, there's a lot of bullshit coming out, as there always is, about the fact that this signing wasn't going to happen because West Ham weren't happy with the fee that for the obligation to buy at the end of the season. It's bullshit. The Spartak Moscow director said that everything had been agreed with West Ham. So that's it from that side of things. And also, there's a very, very distinct possibility that we might be bringing somebody else, but I don't think we will. There's a lot of rumours about Kerr Smith coming in from Dundee. And let me just check the news. I think it is right that Zande Silva has gone to Notts Forest. Yep. It's been confirmed in the last few minutes. Literally the last 2 or 3 minutes, that Zande Silva is signed for Notts Forest on a 2-year deal. Right. Okay. Interesting. I thought that was going to go out on loan. Let's have a look. The Portuguese good. 24-year-old spent last season at Aris and scored 4 goals in 29 appearances for the Greek Super League side. Did he? Yeah, actually no, he did. Actually no, they're right. He went out on loan. So yeah, it looks like Yeah, it doesn't say what a fee is, but apparently he signed a 2-year deal over there. So I don't know if that is a 2-year loan deal, which sometimes happens, but it looks. But Zande Silva has gone to Nottingham Forest. What looks like is very possibly on a permanent basis now. So it's a bit of a shame because I was really hoping that we could get some really good going time at Notts Forest and then come back. Connor Coventry's loan deal has a recall in January option should we need it, which I'm very, very happy about. But as I said, with the main players coming in, Areola, Zuma, Vlasic and Kral, I think this is a very, very good positive window. It's not perfect in any shape or form because we still need a proper centre forward. I've been banging on about that for a long, long time. John, mate, are you disappointed that Jesse Lingard did not come back to West Ham? I'm not, to be honest with you, John, because I basically said if he comes, he comes. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Because I said towards the end of last season and all of this transfer window, basically, that it's in Man United's hands. They were pissing about. They didn't know what they were doing with him. They were, there's stories coming out saying that it was going to be sold on the last day. That didn't happen. We just gave up and we went looking elsewhere, mate. We went out and got Vlasic in instead. Younger player, exactly the same versatility as Jesse Lingard. So there you go. That's the thing. But as I say, we need an out and out centre forward. We really, really do. But Vlasic can do it. Vlasic will be able to set up with Antonio. It's been really difficult the last couple of days. I've not watched any West Ham channels whatsoever to see what their opinions are. So because I don't want to be repeating anybody else has been saying. I might be repeating the same thing. You're absolutely right, John, but let's move on. It's not happened, so there's no point dwelling on that story. But you're absolutely right. He won't get any game time at Man United. It'd be a super sub if that. But yeah, overall, given how I've said for the last 3 or 4 seasons that nobody's been listening to me, where I've been saying that the club is in financial stock, that we are making bad loss after bad loss after bad loss. Given the fact that we've only really, at the end of the day, we spent, where are we? So so that's 56, 57, close to 60 million pounds. Wally, hello, mate. Hello, guys. Hope you, let me wait for the one West Ham supporter that is actually in the chat. Give us more information on how you feel this transfer window's gone. It's a real shame that only 5 people are currently watching. But I'm guessing everyone else has either gone to sleep because nothing's been happening. But interesting to see what you guys are saying in the replay. So put your comments in the comment section below. Let us know what you're thinking on that. Wally says, I'm glad we called Man U's bluffs and switched to bring in Vlasic. Absolutely agree with you, mate. As I've just been saying, he's a younger player. He's just as versatile as Lingard is. So there's no real loss there. It would have been nice, of course. But yeah, it's just that's the thing. It'd be interesting to see what else is going to happen now with the side. Now, this beggars the question: out of these signings, when the Premier League resumes, when we play Southampton after the international break, John, that's not relevant. Why are you putting stuff up that's not relevant to the conversation? Go and talk to Newcastle Fan TV about that. Well, it says 6 out of 10, no striker and no left winger. This is what Vlasic can do, mate. If you watch my video about the possibility of him coming in, he can play as centre forward, he can play as second striker, he can play as a left winger, he can play as a right winger, he can play as attacking midfielder centrally, which is his natural position. He can play as left mid, he can play as centre mid, he can play as right mid. He's basically what we were hoping Jack Wilshere would be able to do. That's why I'm very, very happy with this. Kieran, good evening or good morning, mate. I am doing very well. Nice of you to join the party late as usual. But yeah, as I say, it's just 6 out of 10. Agreed. Totally agree with you, Wally. Totally agree. Because at the end of the day, we haven't got a striker in writing. We haven't got a left winger in writing, but we have a player that can do both positions. He can be a backup for Antonio. He can replace Antonio. I really hope this is what the thinking's behind it. But there's a lot of talk about that Hoslich or Hoslak, however you pronounce it, was Moyes' first target to go for. But as I say, at the end of the day, guys, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Will that happen in January? We'll have to wait and see. But guys, that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, as the chat is growing towards the end of the stream, as always, you guys know for the last 2 years I've been doing live streams spot on when the transfer window closes. Obviously, we still know that there's always an hour's leeway for paperwork to get finalised and everything. You know, because at the end of the day, the transfer window closes in Scotland in midnight, so there has to be a little bit of leeway everywhere. But no documentation can be submitted before 11 o'clock. But the official paperwork can go through. It can be faxed over at 1 minute to 11, as long as it's delivered at headquarters by 11 o'clock. That's why there's the hour to process the paperwork. But guys, thank you very, very much for your time. As I say, it's apologies for cutting it short, just as everyone's starting to get into the conversation. But I have said on loads of videos, and I have said on all the social media, that I'll be live at 11 o'clock. Because the guys, there's not that much really to talk about, and I've gone through all the signings we brought in, all the signings we've released. The only thing really left to talk about is what's gonna happen when we kick off with Southampton. Right. Does Areola go in goal? Because there's been a lot of criticism focused at Fabianski. Very, very good big possibility that could happen. Will Zuma replace Dawson? Personally think that he will. I genuinely do think that he will. What will happen to Kral? Will he be a bench warmer? I think he will for the first couple of games. Definitely two of the three signings we've done this over the last few days are going to be in the squad in some form or another. I genuinely do believe that. Guys, I want to know what you're thinking on this, because there's quite a significant delay between what I'm saying now and when it goes onto YouTube. So I'll give you guys a bit more time to get your thoughts in the chat there. Just while we're doing that, just to talk about the tweet that I put up a few days ago, asking basically asking who everybody was hoping was going to come in over the before the deadline of the transfer window. 144 people gave their responses on there. Thank you to everybody that voted, of course. 44.4%, no surprise, wanted Lingard in before the transfer window closed. 38.2% said they wanted Vlasic, and 13.9% said Tagliafico, and 3.5% said another player. Walshy said all three would be nice. At DYL_X_Zuma, Dylan basically said all of them in Dreamland, but Tagliafico and Vlasic is perfectly good. Tagliafico never actually happened. Leon said Vlasic and Rondon on loan. Rondon didn't happen, as I say, because it went to Everton. Aaron, hashtag tinted memory, says Jesse for me, proven Premier League player who got us into Europe, and I retorted to him saying it helped us get where we already are in the top 6 when he arrived. Let's not forget that. And the reason why I wanted to say that was because there's a lot of people thought that we got into the top 6 because of Jesse. We were already floating around in there. One of the reasons why we were at 4th when he came in January was because, actually, it's an unpopular opinion, but it is definitely true. It is because of Sebastian Haller. Haller did it. Simple. He was contributing to the goals. He was that's why I was quite annoyed when he left. Fucking fuming when we didn't sign a striker and to replace him. But his contributions to the goals got us to where we were when Jesse Lingard came in. So it's 6 and 2 threes. We got to top 6 because of Jesse's help, but we got into the top 4 when Jesse came in because of Alaire's help, and that's why we needed to have more options on the bench as quickly as possible, but which didn't happen. But Wally's saying start Areola and Zuma versus Southampton, the others on the bench. Yeah, I pretty much agree with you there, fella. I really, really do. I've got 1 like so far, so there's 4 people watching. If you so we will pretty much round it up from there, guys, because I say it's 20 minutes in. We haven't got enough conversation going on in the chat, which is understandable to a degree because it's 11 o'clock. But I want to hear what you say in the comment section. If any of you guys are watching the replay of this, let me know your thoughts. As always, I always want to know what you're saying. I always responded to you. Either I'll agree with you or I'll disagree with you, because at the end of the day, nobody's right, nobody's wrong. I know people are going to be pissed off with some of the deals that haven't happened, but as I maintain, Marzi, welcome, mate, as usual, coming in right at the end. But as I say, I know a few people are going to be you just got home. Yeah, fair enough. I'll let you off, sunshine. But yeah, I know a lot of people are going to be pissed off that we didn't get in a big transfer in terms of a centre forward, but as I say, I think Vlasic is going to be the one that's going to help with cushioning that burden, shall we say, So, Milesy, put your comments in the comment section below, mate. Once this game's over, this stream's over, because I want to know your thoughts on that, because we're going to round it up there. As I say, there's not enough people, unfortunately, to keep the stream going any further. So, in the meantime, guys, we will obviously be doing the watch along. Done a stream all day for deadline day. Nothing. Well, there's been bugger all to talk about, mate. Hence why this is taking 20 minutes to wrap up. But I'm glad. I hope you're not too tired, mate. It was good to see you on Saturday as well, for that matter. But yeah, he's 8 out of 10 for me on the transfer window. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. That will come through in just a few seconds. Yep, there he goes. So yeah, in the meantime, guys, look after yourself. We'll have a watch along for the England game on Thursday. So subscribe if you haven't already done so. But in the meantime, look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon. All the best. Take care.